Today we're doing all things Christmas decorating. Y'all, I am just so excited to get everything up and moving and going. As you can see, there's already a tree. Actually, there's 2 more trees throughout the house. I did go ahead and pull everything down, and if you have not watched my Christmas planning video, I would highly recommend watching that so you can kind of get an idea of what I'm going for this year. Also, if you're stuck in a rut and don't really know what you want to do, or maybe you want to just take your decor a step further, I definitely would suggest watching that video because I went over a lot of helpful things in there, as well as how we're going to be decorating our home this year. I went ahead and put up my trees, and I also added in some twinkling lights. Now my trees are pre-lit. I know it's not on. I'm getting ready to plug it up, which is something else I'm going to show you. But I wanted that extra twinkly factor, so I went to Amazon, of course, and ordered some twinkling lights. So for this tree, I went with warm white because that's what was already on there, and I just think it's classic Christmas, those warm white lights. But for our playroom tree, I went with colored lights, and they twinkle. I don't know if I'm like fully in love with that twinkle colored light yet. Maybe once I put some more stuff on it, I'll be able to tell. But I did need a few more like random Christmas essentials. Some little old battery operated lights. I'm going to put those in the playroom, but also needed some ornament hooks and some different cord situations because I typically only just use the lights on the tree. I normally just plug it into the timer and I'm good. But because I have the twinkling lights and the lights from the tree, I needed something to plug both of them in, to plug them in the timer. Now they do sell timers that have like multiple outlets, but it was more expensive if I done that rather than this. So we're just gonna go with the cheaper option. So without further ado, let's get started. There's a good chance you're going to see some footage of me with a mask on, and do not think it's because of Rona. It's because your girl has really bad allergies, and these flock trees sort of set me off when I'm really like digging in them a lot. So that's why I put a drop of eucalyptus on the outside of the mask so I can breathe it in while I got it in. But I wanted to talk about the timers real quick. I know they have holiday timers and they cost more. They're like $9 for an indoor timer. These are like $4, but you have to go over to, this is in Walmart by the way, I don't know if I said that, but you have to go over to like where the drop cords are and stuff like that. So you just turn it to whatever the time is now, AM or PM, and then you pull up the little pieces. You know what I'm talking about if you have one of these, and you just press down all the other times that you want it to be lit up. So you just pull up the ones, you know, if you want it to be lit up from 3 PM to 3 AM, you push all those down.
That I can come home to. Yes, I am on my way. We'll put our differences aside and just enjoy this moment of peace and love and happiness. We come together to celebrate.
I'm liking the direction that the tree is going in. I have a ton of these like really, I think these add a lot of character to a tree. So these really cute different kind of ornaments to go on this one. Pretty much all of them from Walmart. They were super cheap. All these little cupcakes and stuff like that. It's really going to fill in all the gaps and make it all work. I don't know whether or not I'm going to put, I have quite a few picks and stuff. I don't know if I'm going to stick them out of the top behind the bow, which is what I typically would do, or if I want to place them throughout the tree. That's my dilemma right now. I also have some extra gingerbread ribbon that once I get done, I'm just going to place it throughout the tree where I feel like it still needs to be sort of filled in. And yeah, let's go ahead and start putting all of these on.
And it is cold outside. We gather around the fireplace, and no one cares about yesterday. My favorite holiday. It means so much more than words can say. And I claim that Christmas is a magic day. Sometimes I tend to forget what glory this holiday represents. But it's fair to say that Christmas is a magic day. Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside, we gather around the fireplace, and no one cares about yesterday. My favorite holiday. It means so much more than words can say. And I claim that Christmas is a magic day. Sometimes I tend to forget what glory this holiday represents. But it's fair to say that Christmas is a magic day.
Many hours later, Mila's gone to bed, so it's back to working on trees. For now, I kind of feel like I'm done with it. Take that back. I do have one more thing that I want to do, which is just add in some just plain old ornament bulbs to it. And I'm really going to tuck those in. So if there's any like little gaps or anything, that's what's going to fill those up so that when you look at it, you just see all the decorations in the tree. You don't necessarily see like the inside. Fluffing it correctly makes a huge difference. So you're not, you know, seeing a bunch of gaps. Also, nicer trees helps too, because sometimes I know because I've had my fair share of Christmas trees. When you buy trees, really look at them and see if they're full, because you can do a good job at fluffing, but sometimes there's still going to be gaps. But you can always, like I said, fill that in with stuff. So if you have that issue, have no fear, you can always put ornaments or garlands and all the things in there. I've gotten so many questions before about how I make my bows, and I've mentioned in another video that I did purchase that bow. It's the first time I've ever done that. I've always made my bows for the tops of my trees, and one of my favorite places to get my ribbon is from Hobby Lobby. The only reason I got that bow made was because of that gingerbread ribbon was really hard to find, and it was at a boutique and they make bows there, so I was like, what the heck, that's one less thing I'll have to do, so y'all can make it. So I did that. So I will show you really quickly how I'm going to make it. It's been a little while since I've made a bow, so I'm going to have to sort of refresh my memory as I go. And this is the most ribbon I've ever used in a bow before. I typically use, I think 3, maybe 4, but I have 5. Because I really loved the way that they incorporated the really tiny ribbon. So I did get some tiny gold ribbon just to bring throughout it, because I felt like it needed just a smidge more gold and I wanted the size difference. And this red velvet is pretty big. It's the biggest ribbon I've ever worked with. So wish me luck, y'all. I'm a little nervous. I don't know why. I guess because I know that once I cut this ribbon, it's over. So red is a color that I use practically every single year, and it is very versatile. So I'll be able to use this box here on all 3 of my trees. And I got it after Christmas, which is the best time to get it. And I can always pick up red after Christmas because I know I'll be able to use it. So even if I don't necessarily know like what my exact themes are, I know I can always pick up red. Red or white is always a safe choice. Since it's all glittery and stuff, I can use the red glitter ones. But for my tree in the living room, it's going to be very royal, regal, all the things. So I'm going to want to use...
According to Bracelets.com, the overall living /empty space is 20.
Alexa, stop. I'm going to be able to use this matte red on that tree in there, and maybe some of the shiny ones. But most definitely going to save the matte ones for that tree. So let's use the glitter ones. So because I am sticking these inside of branches and in gaps and stuff, I'm not going to add any hooks to them. I'm just going to stick them in with the part that you would put the hook on into the tree. So all you'll see is this side.
Let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling.
Alright guys, it is day 2. Technically not really day 2, but this is the second day that y'all are seeing me decorate. And last night I finished up that bow. It took me way longer than what I wanted, and then I ended up taking it apart twice. I took it apart one time last night to add more to it, and then I ended up taking it apart this morning to take what I added away, and I actually ended up making 2 bows. The other one's nowhere near significantly as big, but it's on the back side, so that when no matter what angle you're looking at it, you see bow on top. So I'll give you a closer up shot of what the bow looks like more in detail. I like to start with my tree toppers first and then work my way down, because I feel like once I get an idea of what that's looking like, I can, you know, work on the rest of it. Plus, when you're going to add ornaments, you don't want to add anything that you might have to move when you're putting a tree topper up. So I just like to do it this way. This stuff is very easy to trim, and I'm adding it into the top just to give it a little more something something. clear to me that I'm gonna need more of this gold garland stuff. Very cheap. I got it when it was 40% off, but it was $12.99 and 40% off of that, so I take back to Hobby Lobby. So that's where this is from. I can get at least one more of these, maybe 2 more of these, and return those other ornaments that I'm not going to use. My process is pretty much the same for
The trash guys just not running.
the man's closed the door, not my wreath off the door. My process is the same for all my trees. I start with the tree topper, and then I work with the things that I kind of want behind stuff, which is typically garlands, which is why I went in with this. And then I go in my biggest ornaments down to my smallest, or my more statement pieces. If I know there's a statement piece that I want to have in a specific place, I go ahead and place those so that I can place things around them. Most of the time, things like that normally go in the front, because that's where most people look at a tree, is, you know, they're in the front. So I want to put like things right there.
Sorry. So what happens when you rush me out of here?
I ain't rushed you out of nowhere. What in the devil? Does he know I only get 2 hours to decorate this tree? Anyway, so I'm not going to bore y'all with decorating another tree. I'll be able to show you the finished product, of course, in our home tour once everything is finished. So I'm going to start decorating this tree, and then I will show you some other things that I'm going to be doing around the home table. I don't know which one. Option 1 or option 2. Alright guys, here's a little tip for you if you have these candlesticks here and you want the candle to actually sit up straight. But one of you shared this tip with me years ago, and it is to melt the end of your candle with just a lighter, and it just makes it a little tacky so that when you go to stick it, it stays. Quick little DIY. I love a green wreath. Love it. I have multiples because I feel like they're very versatile and you can use them all year round, even at Christmas and fall, depending on what you want to add to them. Fall, you can add some leaves to it to make it a little more orangey, depending on your color scheme. Or for Christmas time, you can add berries. So for this magnolia leaf wreath, I'm going to add in some of these. They're almost like frosted looking. It's hard to explain. I knew I wouldn't use these on the tree, but they're still red, and I thought they would look really cute in this wreath. So all I'm doing is I'm not cutting them or anything, because I know that there's a chance I'll use them in the future on another tree or in a wreath or garland. So I'm just going to take, because this wreath is on the grapevine backing, it's really easy to work in. So I'm just going to go along with the direction of the leaves. So I'm just going to lay it about right there. I have 3 of these, so I want to just evenly space them. So I'm just going to go back behind and stick it. Now you might have it where you can see it right there. And because the base is wire of these picks, it's easy to bend it. And then I'll just take and bend that a little bit. Be pretty gentle with it because, like I said, I want to be able to use this in the future. And just make it look like it goes. And that's it. Obviously you can add even more to make it even more full, but as soon as the holidays are over with, you can just pop these right back out and go back to your all green wreath. All right guys, good morning. It is nice and bright. I think this is day 3. I'm running out of memory up here. I did move my diffuser over here in this corner. If you've ever seen that in any vlog or anything, my diffuser's from Young Living. I get tons of questions about that. But yeah, it's from Young Living, and I do have, me and my little helper down here are going to be working on her bookshelf. 2 sets on each side of the playroom here. I don't know if I have enough books to fill up both of them. I hope I do because I want both of them to be Christmas. If not, over here is like books that match the room. Like they're pink, they have pink and blue covers and stuff on them. So even if not, she is literally knocking them on the floor. Even if not, I'll still be able to make it really full with those, so it will match everything in here. I'm going to start with all of the big books so that I can lay them out so that you'll still see the books behind other books. Hopefully you can hear me over the lawnmower. I just realized that was going outside, but I wanted to also add in some little like knickknacks and things into the shelves because I thought that was really cute. So down here, I think we're going to go with that book. It's just really pretty.